First, I would say I'm an advocate. Then, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an advocate for diverse students with and without disabilities. And I also am a community advisor within various low income areas. And I try to motivate students to go back to school that are non traditional.
My name is Robin Bivens. I know Shariese from Princeton Housing Authority.
My name is Albert Hepner.
How do you know Shariese?
Through my significant other friend.
My name is LaShonda Montgomery. Shariese is my very best friend.
My name is Laura Kogan, and I've been her psychologist for quite a few years, since 2011.
I'm Kate Hall, I'm a social worker. That's how I know Shariese.
My name is Dwayne Reed, literally like the drugstore. I am in the Rome program. I met Shariese about 3 years ago now, 2018. I do student orientation.
January Campbell, conductor, New Jersey Transit. I met her maybe 10 years ago on Access Link.
My name is Audrey Vellis. I take care of Shariese. I'm her caregiver and a friend.
My name is Debbie Josephs, and I am the Executive Director of the Anita Kaufman Foundation.
My name is Zach Seif.
My name is Sherry Hopkins. I'm Sharice's mother.
A little bit more about me. In my extra time, I do music, and I also enjoy helping people understand that they should be accountable for their success, as well as helping leaders understand that they should be accountable also.
That's a cutie, and you just want that kid to do everything and have every chance in the world. She's so sweet looking.
That's Shariese when she was a little girl, and she looks very, she hasn't changed that much in some ways.
My heart hurts for the future generation of students and the people that they will be teaching and the people that will be going to the classroom next, if they are black, female, and disabled. If I did do bad work, maybe you would recognize my disability. But if you do good work, I wouldn't have known that you were even disabled. You didn't look like it. How does somebody look disabled? Tell me.
I would say that she really took the obstacles that were presented to her and turned them into something positive.
Sharice's brain surgery affected her cognitive skills, and it delayed her in pursuing and completing her studies, her graduate studies, as she should have. But even with the brain surgery, Shariese was still determined to finish her degree, and she kept pushing forth just to complete her studies.
It has a great impact on her. Personally, I applaud her for even, going that hard for her education. I think it has a great impact on her. I think that anytime she's studying or whatever she's doing, especially maybe with computer work or whatever, that she probably goes in and out with like small mini seizures, the small ones, when they're just like zoned out, and then they have to wait and then zone back in and catch up to where they were. I'm pretty sure she has that a lot.
I just got home. It is 10 something p.m. Sunday night. I went to Rowan from 1 Yeah, I went to the college from 1 all the way to 8 p.m. and took my disability bus. I don't know how I'm even standing. The computer crashed. My own personal computer crashed. Then I was locked out of the system and unable to do my work that I was trying to work on for my research. This one I say to people that this takes determination, motivation, and self-advocacy, because you have to work for yourself.
It's a picture of a brain, so it looks like certain things are kept in one side, and maybe it's dealing with her seizures and how it affects her. This picture is like, you can see that there's something going on within the brain, but on the outside, you see the hair, you see the skin, you don't really see what's going on. So this is a pretty dope picture to kind of explain like what's going on.
This picture really reminds me about what your brain can handle and things that come your way, and how sometimes having the right people, having a support system really does help, because when trauma happens to the brain, it changes you.
It appears as though her brain is hard at work.
Her brain is compromised greatly. The will to want to accomplish, her will to want to accomplish this is stronger than, her ability. I mean, I believe she can do it, but she would definitely need some assistance.
That image right there is super powerful, because that to me is how I first got to know Shariese, with her neurological issues and epilepsy, and she started coming to me because I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. I don't recall, but some pretty complicated paperwork and issues that she was having, and with her neurological challenges, it was just really hard. And I could see, that's also how I got to see how Shariese never, ever, ever gives up.
This breaks my heart, because I know how Shariese truly values education, how important it is to her to strive to have not just a piece of paper, but the accomplishments, because she's so talented. So it breaks my heart to see it, but in the same token, her perseverance outshadows that.
It's like hitting my head. I've taken Tylenol earlier this morning. Since 4:30 this morning, I could not even go to sleep because my head is pounding, and due to vertigo I have blurred vision, but I know I have to get through this paper, and this will be a challenging week, presenting and answering questions about my qualitative study and about my story and why it's important and why it's significant to education and the importance of intersectionality to people like myself in education. I just hope everything works out well, and I have to try my hardest, because I really think that, the message needs to get through for educational leaders and for people like myself to just inspire them. We might have good days and some bad like me today, but we just have to keep fighting.
quite an impact on both her physical and mental state during whenever this would have happened.
She goes in the hospital on and off because of the seizures. She falls, she doesn't remember anything, she has spasms. Sometimes it takes a few minutes for her to recuperate, take her medicine, sit down for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then she functions pretty well.
This person, looks as though she doesn't have a chance in life.
Epilepsy is characterized as 2 or more uncontrolled seizures. It's the neurons in the brain are misfiring, which creates a seizure. Now there are many different kinds of seizures. Most people think that a seizure is a tonic-clonic seizure. A tonic-clonic seizure is when a person is convulsing uncontrollably on the ground. But actually, the most common seizure is partial complex, where a person could just be staring into space.
This goes deep with me because I also have a son who I have to sit with, do this to watch him, over him when he's in an active seizure state. And it's the most horrifying thing for a mother to be able to be so helpless, I think Shariese is bright, extremely bright, and I believe she's gifted. I believe she has all the capacity to be able to help others and to do things. But she has this disability, and she probably just needs, help.
This is one of the saddest parts. She suffers of seizures, of epileptic seizures, and this is one of the parts when, after having a seizure, she tends to, while having a seizure, she bites herself a lot. And this is one of the outcomes. She's bleeding through her mouth, scars on her body.
I think of the great support system that she does have in place, the true friends that she has in place, and people who have been, I guess, how the kids say, the ride or die in her life, and Audrey definitely is one of those people.
Shariese is one of the best persons that I've ever met. She's caring, loving, attentive. She gives her all for anybody without, any remorse or without thinking twice about what she's doing. She's a strong, independent woman. Besides all the things that she's been through, she's very strong and very independent.
Your friends can be your family and just be there for you through thick and thin, and sometimes even a person's sometimes what they're going through can bring and connect other people. And so for Shariese, yes, things happen and tragedies and traumas, but her connection with Audrey connected me as well, because I feel a connection with Audrey through Shariese.
She's her mom, she's been there for her, she's been loving, caring, maybe not as much as Shariese need her to be, but that's her mom. That's what we say about mom.
This picture makes me smile. Part of what it really makes me smile because I have 2 daughters of my own, and Shariese has grown to know them, and they call her auntie. And she's watched them grow up, and she's stayed connected with them. So when I see this, I see that, and I had my daughter very young as well. So we talk about that connection that her mom had her when she was young, and what that was like. And so she's even helped me with saying, being the daughter of a young mom, what she went through. And so it helped me to be a better parent as well. I love this picture because I had the opportunity to know her grandmother, to meet her grandmother, go to the house and hang out with her in Newark, New Jersey, which was where I was born. Didn't know much about it, but her mother and her grandma, what I loved also about her grandmother was that she was very short and petite. And so I would say, good, you know, like I would want to be feisty like her grandmother and just full of energy. And so I was very, very happy and felt blessed to get to know her grandmother before she passed.
I'm at my grandmother's grave yard. And today I just wanted to talk to my grandmother and give her an update about not only me but the family. This is the main person who encouraged me to become Dr. Shariese.
The key for a person with epilepsy is to have seizure control. That's the goal of every person with epilepsy. And I was just speaking with Shariese, who said she was seizure-free for a year. But unfortunately, just recently she suffered quite a few seizures. And, you know, with many people with epilepsy, when they're seizure-free, they feel so great, but they're always frightened. When is the next seizure coming?
So I know Shariese have some kind of disabilities that she's affected with seizures and stuff of that nature. A few times it happened during class. I wasn't aware of it at new student orientation. The first time it happened was in, I believe, Dr. Matani's class. And from the looks of it, it looked like he didn't kind of know what was going on. Like he was unaware of her condition or the protocols to kind of follow during that time frame. A few of us was caught off guard actually, because again, I met her in new student orientation, didn't really know that there was any kind of disability until that actual class. It was actually kind of a scary moment, and I remember vaguely what happened, but I remember him saying, let's call the paramedics, have them come in, and a few of us kind of gravitated towards Shariese during the time, just trying to make her comfortable. And he was kind of saying, just try not to touch her too much, but I'm like, well, she's falling, we have to do something. And it was kind of strange because he was calling, I guess, the dean of the department and a few other people to try to figure out what was going on or what's the protocol with this, and it looked like it wasn't really talked about.
When people are having health problems, they're really vulnerable. You're feeling physically bad. Being in the hospital can be quite dehumanizing, and yet Shariese was still trying.
I guess there's been one tough thing after another, a couple of falls and accidents and seizures, and I hear about that, and wow, she's in a lot of pain, or there's a terrible headache, or her leg is hurting, and yet she just perseveres.
I actually went to one of her performances. So this picture definitely, again, is one of those things where what really, I would say, connected Shariese and I was love for music. Now, I cannot sing, so I was in awe of the fact that she can sing, that she can write, that she has an ear to hear good music, and, to be able to put it all together and recognize it even when other people had, a good singing voice and things like that. So I just multi-talented, multifaceted and multi-talented. And yes, music is, I really think that music is something that helped her through all. the traumas, back, in and out of the hospital after the brain surgery. I think that music is something that was a healing source for her.
Now this original y'all right here. Every time you call, you think it's a game. Every time
I think that music has made an impact on her motivation for her academics, as she uses it as a way to relate or a way to cope with certain things that she's going through.
every time you call, you think it's a game. It's a game of love. When I see your name on my caller ID, I know you call me just to play with it.
I'm standing in front of the school waiting for disability transportation. All these other students have cars and are able to go, but due to my disability, I'm unable to drive. Although I've been studying from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. and I usually study from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. But because of the weather, tomorrow I will not be able to go study.
I think the leadership skills that Shariese has attained so far has impacted other people. I think that it has shown that she can be a leader and that she would be a great asset in helping others to achieve their goals, educational goals. I think that seeing what she's gone through and how she pushed through it can be an inspiration to others.
Shariese has been an incredible advocate for epilepsy awareness, epilepsy education, and for our foundation, the Anita Kaufman Foundation. And we are very grateful to have such a vocal advocate as Shariese.
You say a picture can tell you 1,000 things. It looks like she was happy to graduate, one with her master's. Two, she definitely beat some challenges that people would label as barriers for her. And then three, it shows somebody that's supportive in the picture. It shows somebody that probably was with her on this journey as a faculty member, maybe a faculty member turned friend, maybe somebody she counted on during the program. I think we all have one of these, especially going through like a master's degree or even at this level with a doctoral degree. You kind of have somebody to navigate with you. So this is an interesting picture. It shows accomplishment. It shows perseverance. It shows it being assertive. It shows that she set out to complete a goal and she completed it.
We shared, and I was in awe that she did this through her, with having a disability, that she set an example for others. Other African American women have a disability that pushing through, and despite any the physical and ailments that came her way multiple times throughout her her schooling, that she still accomplished it, and she completed it and finished it and had a great support system.
Everybody was against saying that she couldn't do it. A lot of people didn't think she would be able to make it, and yet look at her. That was one of her proudest moments. Not only did she graduate from her master's, but she graduated with top honors there.
And she did this with having a disability, with being in and out of the hospital, having surgery, and still making sure that she completed and setting that goal to complete it, and having a great support system, and having professors that she connected with, and also just wanting to make a difference. Her goal is really to make an impact in higher education, and she knows that having the paper behind you, having that degree, is going to help.
We should be looked at as equal individuals. Do not marginalize me just because of my color of my skin. Judge me by the basis of my character. Do not marginalize me because you do not see my disability. And you assume you'll be all right because you don't look disabled.
She really wants the world to see her. And most of them say that because of a red sweater. And also, it looks as if it's an advertisement in many ways.
Fairs that she goes to when she sponsors, speaking about disability. I guess it could be one of Black Lives Matters.
She set up a whole function, and again, you know, this is the person I'm used to seeing. Adamant about what she's doing, supportive, looking towards different solutions and different ways to kind of bring awareness to what's going on, whether it's dealing with her or dealing with something that's public-wide. When she feels adamant about something, she actually sticks to it and starts making moves. I mean, a lot of people stay quiet, but I'm not sure. She's pretty outspoken. She'll let you know what's bothering her. She is real assertive. When she feels like she wants to do something, she gets it done.
Shariese has been an incredible advocate for epilepsy awareness, epilepsy education, and for our foundation, the Needed Counseling Foundation. And we are very grateful to have such a vocal advocate.
I'm extremely proud. I just feel like, I think she's probably one of the strongest people that I know. So I think that, you know, she inspires me as well as other people.
I am extremely proud of her for just being involved in the community and making such a great impact, because being an African American female and having a disability and also living in a community that is made up of individuals that don't look like us. So I think that she's setting the tone for, I'm here, I'm not going to be invisible, I'm an educated African American with a disability, and I can make a difference.
The motivation that she has, you know, it's coming from somewhere, and I know it could help others.
The more you tell her she can do it, the more she's going to prove you that she can do it.
Video diary number 16. Today is February the 11th. A teacher confronted me about an assignment that I had a tutor look over. And every time someone from this institution approaches me, I feel on this fence. I notice that my anxiety goes up. I become very agitated, frustrated, and angry because of the way they have treated me. Maybe if they had treated me with respect, motivation, and encouragement, instead of making me feel like a burden in their institution, my response wouldn't be like a bear having to protect her wild, her baby cubs. In a way, I feel like I have to protect my future with them.
My hope is that she can be able to do it, because that would say a lot for others who have the same debilitating things going on with their brains.
And be aware of what we can do, no matter what.
United stand, divided we fall. You never know, life is God's call. Don't smile in my face and turn your waist. Don't limit me cause I have a disability.